All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third, I think, episode of the Pickleball Jones. My name is Brad. I'm joined, as always, by Doc. Doc, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, but when you say the third episode, they don't know what's going on behind the scenes. This is like the
Yeah, go ahead.
fifth recording of the third episode. We've got
Yeah,
14 postgraduate degrees between the two of us, all in
yep.
medicine, but somehow we can't figure out the internet. So hopefully this turns out okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for joining. And I don't know, we'll just get right into it. So, we are going to talk about the Beer City Open, which took place just outside of where you're located in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Um, so, I don't know, we can just hop right into it. We're talking a little bit about our winners and losers. I wanted to, give out like the first winner to just all the people on the come up. So, very simple, like people like Connor Garnett, Hurricane Tyra Black, Schneeman, and even the Kawamoto sisters. Everybody got their chance to shine, I think, because there weren't so many of the big names at the tournament. And it was just nice to see those people who we talked about during the MLP draft podcast, like kind of get their moment to shine, and shine they did. But I don't know. That's my first winner. What do you? I guess like tell me, talk a little bit about it.
Well, I have to agree. I think it's nice to see someone other than Ben Johns and Anna Lee playing on Sunday. Everybody likes to chase the goat, but it was great to see some new faces and see JW and Dylan in the finals and win. I thought that was exciting, and so it was good. You could tell the play was, that they were missing some of the top, 10 players. I thought you could tell. But overall, very good. Good to see different faces in on Sunday and some good pickleball and very entertaining. A um, good event put on by Coop. What's her first name there?
Andrea Coop.
Andrea. I mean, the fact that she organized the whole thing, a lot of the proceeds go to charity, and she played in it and did well. Just a overall very good event.
Yeah, I thought production wise it was very well done, and yeah, just a championship day overview or recap. So women's doubles was Jade Kawamoto and Jackie Kawamoto versus Lacey Schneeman and Hurricane Tyra Black. And the Kawamoto sisters won in a game that was pretty grueling to watch. Like I thought it like went on for a while, a lot of like points that kind of unforced errors and things like that. But overall, it was good. And again, just to kind of like reiterate, I just thought it was nice to see some different faces in there and watch the sisters play against or with each other against young up and comers such as Hurricane, who I know you love Hurricane's nickname at the
Oh,
very least.
yeah. I mean, right off the bat, come on. Hurricane as a nickname. Yeah. 5 stars for Hurricane Ty. Is it Tyra Hurricane or Hurricane Tyra?
I think they call her Hurricane Tyra Black.
All right. I'm good. That's a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 for a nickname. Yeah, she's my new one of my new favorites. Um, love the nickname. I liked her game. I liked her dress. She looks good out there. Presents herself well. Yeah, I think nothing but blue sky ahead of her.
Yeah,
I think she's going to do
and
well.
she took on. She actually won silver in singles as well. She lost to Georgia Johnson, who's another one that we don't really talk a lot about, but I've seen her play live like multiple times now, and she's always a fun watch. It's she actually ended up taking gold with her brother JW for the mixed pro doubles against Laura Stratman and Dylan Frazier, which was another really good game. So yeah, I don't know. It was just good to see Georgia out there doing well, and like you said, Hurricane Tyra Black continues to impress.
Yeah, yeah. And Georgia, you forget how young she is, with Anna Lee getting all the accolades and all the attention, at 16. And what's Georgia? I think she's 16 also, or 17 something.
Yeah,
Uh,
I want to say 17 years old, but
yeah, so
yeah, still very young.
yeah, I think when the competition ramps up, we saw her in Mesa when in February, and she struggled in that MLP tournament a little bit. So I think she's got a ways to go, but at 17, once again, nothing but bright things in her future too.
Yeah, it was fun to watch her and JW play. I think one of my favorite parts was you got to actually see some emotion from JW, but only for a split second because Georgia missed a ball out wide, and JW made like a and like threw up his hands for a second when Georgia wasn't looking. Then Georgia turned around and he immediately snapped back into thing. It was like it's okay, like we're gonna get it, like tap paddles, and it went back to it. But just seeing any type of reaction from a man who is very stoic normally I thought only could happen because he was playing with his sister.
Stoic would be an understatement. I don't know if you saw any of those early rounds. The guy, he looked like he was in a stroll in the park. And the one time who's ever serving to him looked over and asked him if he was ready. And he goes, "Yeah, go ahead." He was just so nonchalant, and to see any emotion out of him, yeah, that's always a cool thing. But he's not going to break character very often. That's his MO. Some
Yeah,
people get fired up, and Arnold and Rafa and all those guys, Riley Newman, they're going on emotion. And JW, he's got his own thing, and he's not going to break out of character very often. But his sister can get him fired up.
yeah, no, I thought it was very cool. And then JW and Dylan Frazier, like you mentioned earlier, ended up winning men's pro doubles. They took on Connor Garnett and Rafa Hewitt. In third place was Andrea Diescu and Robert Nunnery. And so again, just some people who don't always make it to to the podium, being up there with Connor Garnett and Rafa Hewitt, and even Andrea and Robert or Nunnery. So it was just cool to kind of like see people up there. But I know that you had some thoughts on Dylan Frazier and JW because you texted me that they're your new favorites. So what
Yeah.
was going on there?
Well, everybody has their own uh, personal favorites, and I like people who are somewhat subdued. I'm not into in your face, rah rah, taunting, this sort of thing. I know it goes over in MLP. I know one of our big supporters of the podcast, Big Rick, he likes that rah rah taunting, and to me, that rubs me the wrong way. So then when I saw Dylan Frazier and DJ just kind of mow through this, and then certainly in the championship game, Rafa, who tends to be somewhat animated, um, and he got his lunch handed to him. But again, he was very gracious about it. He didn't get a chance to get too fired up. They had him on the ropes early. So anyway, so that's just my personal favorite. I like people that are somewhat subdued. Even the goat himself. Uh, you know, uh, John's. I like him. I like the guys that are just kind of act like they've been there before.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Got nothing more to add to that. I would say the last thing, just to kind of round out the day, in men's singles, Jaime Martinez Vic, the dude from Hawaii, took on Connor Garnett in a match that was pretty entertaining. I really just like watching singles every once in a while. It's just good fun just to kind of see really good back and forth when you actually get out of the 3-5-4-0 ones where it's usually just points are
Yeah.
one or two hits total. But Connor Garnett has a mean backhand. He's got that Annalie Waters like two-handed backhand that looks pretty nasty. And then Jaime just like does some crazy, a lot of ATPs, and it's just very entertaining out there. So that match was also good. But again, I think that my biggest winner from this is just what we discussed for the past 10 minutes here is just all this young talent that's kind of coming up and doesn't get a chance to showcase as much just because the pros are pretty dominant in the PPA. It was nice that they got a chance to shine at the Beer City Open. But that's my first one. So what do you got in the winners or losers category, my man?
Well, if we're going to go the other way, we got to go with the antithesis of understated nonchalant play, and that would be our friend Atlaf Marchand. The
Uh,
dude,
uh,
the
Go ahead.
dude,
No, you got it.
the guy is the most annoying pickleball player in the history of the game. I swear to God.
Yep.
The guy, I
He
wanted to,
seems like excuse my French, but a huge piece of shit out of the pickleball court.
I wanted to jump through the TV. Now he could kick my ass in pickleball. That's no doubt about that. But is still that would be the most annoying behavior on the other side of the net that I could imagine playing against that guy. He was just, and
Yeah.
he could be the most altruistic, benevolent man outside of pickleball. I doubt it, but he could be.
Yeah.
But he could be. We don't know him from Adam. But on the
No.
court, he's just obnoxious. Well, obnoxious is too good a word. So what?
Yeah. He, I don't even have an adjective to describe the man. He was so annoying and just so, I don't know, gave me such vitriol towards a person that he beat Kyle Kazuto, who I like don't know even, but I had to like send him a direct message on Instagram and just tell him that like he's a better man than me. Because if I would have lost to that guy and then had him flex on camera, like while blocking me out, that I would have punched him in the back of the head or at least threw my paddle at him because
Yeah,
he's so fucking annoying.
yeah.
But yeah, just like I don't know, he just makes my blood boil. Which I maybe that's just part of his thing, and like that's how he gets people to get off their game because like I just want to punch his face all the time whenever I see it.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a two pronged approach. I think it gets him fired up, but more, he knows he's annoying his opponent. Uh,
Yeah.
we have a similar in our recreational match with my brother, who I just know how to get under his skin. But this is at a much bigger level and a more obnoxious level. In fact, the fact that we're thinking of words to use to describe them that aren't four-letter vulgarities shows you how oh, just I don't know. The guy's obnoxious. That's
Yeah, he sucks. He sucks.
yeah, it sucks.
I would
Okay.
say that one of the things that we that you might have forgot, but we've talked about on the last podcast, or like when we tried to record this the first time, was we actually saw Mr. Merchant at the PPA Scottsdale, and it was like one late night. So after everything kind of ended, I think you and I were actually playing in a doubles tournament, and we were waiting for it to be called because when you're at a PPA tournament, it takes forever,
Yeah.
especially at that Marriott. But we we were watching the senior, I think it was like the senior championship, and he was in it, and our one friend who came to watch us couldn't even sit through the game because every time that Merchant would like groan every time he hits a shot. It just got underneath Ben's skin, and then on top of it, he was being an asshole there too. And literally, Ben just had to leave. He just got up and just left because like, I can't sit here and listen to this man just grunting through every pickleball shot.
Yeah. I had forgot about that. I remember us watching him and going, "What the hell is this guy doing?" And like we said, this guy, he's a tremendous talent, and for his age, he's a senior pro, and he's playing again in the regular uh, circuit there. He did very well. But that being said, you can still be a jerk and be good. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, just wild. All right, so that's one. I would say another big. I don't know. This is like kind of rude to say because I feel like horrible about doing it. But another loser for the weekend has to be Jesse Irvine, who got hit in the head with a pickleball by Dylan Frazier, and it just knocked her square in the forehead, and it turns out she ended up like not passing her concussion protocol and had to sit the rest of the day, which is terrible. And like we hope the best, like well wishes to Jesse Irvine. I hope she's okay and things. But yet very weird that she got a concussion or like a possible concussion from a pickleball. Doc, I know you have strong opinions on this. Please tell me, like, do you think a person can get a concussion from a pickleball?
Well, first of all, best wishes to Jesse. We hope.
Yeah. Godspeed. We hope
Yeah,
quick
yeah. We
recovery.
don't wish any ill will or injury to anyone. And I was watching
Yeah.
that match live, and
Except
when
for Atliff
when it
Merchant, we do want him to get hit every once in a while.
body shot, yeah, sack shot, anything to disrupt that guy would
To
be.
Altaf, yeah, Altaf.
Yeah,
He's just got to get it.
yeah. Even well, no, we can't go there. We don't really want him to get injured, but yeah, but some good
No.
body shots. But anyway, Jesse, you'd never, you know, uh, you don't want to get hit in the head. But I was watching it live, but up and to preface it before that, I'm going, well, now I know why she dropped in the draft. She was looking, although she did well in singles, she was looking very lethargic and slow and just was not playing well up until that point. And then when she got popped in the head, I'm like, oh my God. And initially you thought she got hit in the eye. And of course, then we're talking a whole different ball game, a serious eye injury versus a wiffle ball to the head. You and I, we've played many wiffle ball games, and anything goes. Um, it, First of all, I would address the way the injury was handled. So she
Okay.
bent over,
Yeah.
holding her head
Yeah.
in the middle of the court. I'm going to say for eternity. Oh, no, maybe it was a little shorter than eternity, but it was a long time. Her butt was
Yeah.
on camera, her bent over, and Zane trying to comfort her or talk to her. She wouldn't talk. Then the trainer or medical personnel tried to, and she just sat there. And oh my God, really? You can't get her off the court. You can't get her to go sit down. You can't put some ice on her head. She just was there, bent over with the butt up in the air, middle of the court on camera. Anyway, that was, but at the time, you didn't know. You thought maybe her eyeball's going to fall out or something. And so, but then once you saw it was to the forehead, I'm going, okay, come on, that can't be. Although those balls are getting rocketed. I mean, we hit it pretty hard, and they're hitting it 100 times harder than we are. So a wiffle ball to the head, a concussion. She failed the concussion protocol.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe you don't. She wasn't playing well, and they ask you what day it is, and she just goes, I'll make something up. I'm not saying that. I don't want to
February.
start any rumor. I don't know. I think it's unusual to think you would get a concussion from a wiffle ball to the head. Although, as a side note, my brother plays up in Oregon, and some lady claims she's been hit in the head 100 times playing wiffle ball. She now wears a full gear football helmet with a mask
Crazy.
to play
That is
pickleball.
insane.
No, I can't do it. Won't do it. But anyway, like you said, Godspeed to Jessie. She,
Yeah.
that's a big deal. You fail a concussion protocol, so she was definitely injured. But get her off
Yeah.
the court. Get her on a bench. Jesus, it's not that
Get
hard.
her ass off television.
Yeah, get that butt off the TV, for God's sakes. I'm not a neurosurgeon, but I've had a significant amount of medical training, and I would have gotten her off the court. I would have drug her
Yeah,
off.
fair enough.
I would have drug her off the court.
Yeah, well, yes. Well, and I guess like Godspeed to
Yeah,
Jessie, and
yeah,
we hope you do well in PPA Seattle. I know she's gonna end up playing over there,
yeah,
so we're hoping she's all right.
yeah. I'm expecting a
Yeah,
full recovery.
yeah, same.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and expect
Uh,
a full recovery.
yeah, she's gonna be there. She's gonna be around. She's gonna be playing.
Yeah,
All right. Well, another winner for me was just this new like game they had, which involves Zane Nabertil, one of our favorites, and our favorite klepto, as well as one of our favorite people to
so
to
we're
kind of
told.
watch and talk about.
Hey, so
So
we're
we're told,
told. Yeah,
alleged klepto.
alleged klepto.
But Zane, during one of the breaks between the Beer City Open, they just took fans out of the stands and if you could hit one of Zane's shots, you won a prize. And basically, he would do his patented chainsaw Zane Navratil serve, and it would be just something that went all over the place. And people look like fools just falling over themselves trying to hit this ball. So I'm going to kick it back to you, Doc. Like, if this challenge came up and you were in the audience, are you jumping in line to take a serve from Zane?
They're gonna give me something free. I'll make a fool of myself. I don't care. I'll do it for an ice cream cone. I'll do it for less than an ice. I'll do it for a bottle of water. But seriously, I'd go out there, and I think he could make me look like a fool pretty easy. Anything that makes me go backwards is, at my advanced age is always a risk for me going down. So, but no, I could see that would be difficult. You go out there and this thing hits and kicks right or left. You don't know where it's going. I could see that you would look kind of foolish. But no, I'd be first. Are you kidding? I'd be first in line. But I at least want a consolation prize. You got to give me something, even if I didn't hit it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think like they need to do this in more sports. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like instead of like the seventh inning stretch, like just bring somebody onto the field and like try and hit a pitcher's ball. You know what I mean? Like come on out there. If you just stand in the box without like shitting yourself, like you
yeah.
win a prize.
Hey, I know I'm not the only mercenary out there. I'm telling you, you give away free shit, people line up. I don't care how small it is. You can give away pencil erasers. It doesn't matter. People want free stuff. Kind of like in society today. It's kind of a microcosm of society. People wanting free stuff. Yeah, they should do it more in sports. I'm telling you, it's exciting. They shoot that the Canon T-shirts. Are you kidding? I'd knock over my grandchildren to get a free T-shirt.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just be cool just to be able to experience, like an actual pro athlete. Like we think
Oh,
like, oh
yeah.
yeah, like like so and so whatever, but to actually like get out there and like see how it goes, it'd be neat to kind of just like like I sit there and I don't know, like maybe this can happen, and then you just get your ass like handed to you by whoever.
Yeah, I'm not standing in the batter's box with the Cy Young pitcher, though. No, no, I don't have that much courage. No, if there's bodily injury, a possibility, no, I'm
All
tapping
right,
out.
here's a here's a free one for the WNBA. Okay, so this is a free one. So every game they pick one person to join the team, and they just pick anybody who's in the stands, and they might be bad or they might be good, and like you have to play. And so they pick one person. Let's say it's like somebody way out of shape or whatever. They're terrible, but then like what happens with somebody, and we go out there and we like feel like we can actually win, and we just like we dominate in a WNBA game. I don't know. Would you do that if you got picked in a WNBA game? How many points you putting up?
Oh, I thought this was a real thing. I'm
No.
serious. I thought they picked up people randomly out of the crowd to play. Uh, well, without getting too edgy, I'd say, do you have to have a chromosome test ahead of time? But
No, you just
no,
get to be,
okay,
even if you're a guy, they're just striking you
yeah,
out there.
yeah. Well, I'm past my prime in basketball, but in the day, are you kidding? I would have ran out. I used to scrimmage with some of the at Indiana, some of the women's team back then, and I loved it. It was fun.
Yeah.
They were really good. Are you kidding? I would do that in a heartbeat. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, that's a free idea to the WNBA. Please take it up. You can get it sponsored by like a chicken company. Like we're gonna plucking you from the
I'm
from
thinking
the stands.
you at 6'4" is probably gonna get picked before I am at 5'9". But if it's random, you
Yeah, but
never
no,
know.
you just pick it's just a random person. You don't know. You just get to come out and like if you make a fool of yourself, fine. Or if you dominate, good on you too.
I think it's funny that I thought that was an actual thing. I did. I thought you were.
I don't know, man. It's
I thought you were serious.
we'd be going to more WNBA games if I had a chance
Yeah,
to play it. I can
pick
tell you
me,
that
pick
much.
me.
Yeah, I mean, throw myself out there.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so other winners and losers. I had to bring up another one. So this is also Zane, and I'm going to give him a winner. Actually, no, I don't even know. I want to know if this is a winner or loser in your mind. So Zane Nasty Nelson someone. And so for our listeners who don't know what a Nasty Nelson is, it's when you are serving and then rather than hitting the ball into like the box that you're supposed to be, you actually aim for the other person who's just standing there at the line and you body shot them. And if you body shot them, you actually get the point and
Yeah.
you know
Right.
you get the point. And so Zane on a 10 actually, so this is game 3, match point. He body shot and like Nasty Nelson someone. Do you think this is a winner or a loser in your mind?
Okay, I'm going to break it down for you.
Okay.
Professional pickleball, anything goes. Any way you can win a point legally, you know, Nasty Nelson, half Nelson, people's elbow. I don't care what you do to them. Any way you can win a point in professional pickleball, I'm for. The dude pulls
Yeah.
that in recreational pickleball, that we got an issue if someone's hitting it at me. Now, if the guy or woman are being a dick and leaning over the line, you know how some people are just taunting to act like they want to get hit. And if you're doing something stupid like that, which you do see on occasion, then fair game. But if I'm minding my own business, and I usually don't pay it, in fact, I'm not even watching. I don't do what you're supposed to do, watch them serve and stand off the court. I'm usually looking backwards so they could hit me in the back of the head. And if they did that, game's over. I walked off the court for less than that. I'm tapping out. Now, if someone hits me on purpose, and that's it, during the game, body shots. Hey, those are all good, preferably below the neck. But but if someone did that now, but I think professional. What do you think? I think in a match, that's a sure.
Yeah. Hell yeah. What the hell? Why not? I don't understand why not. I mean, like we talked about before, but if Altaf Merchant is on the other side of there, I might try to body him every time. I might never serve. I might just only try to hit him.
Well, we have somebody in our recreational group who doesn't care if he wins or loses, but he's going body shot.
He just wants the most body shots he can get.
Yeah, and and some of them are above the neck. So anyway,
This is a piece of hot gossip for you. Jack actually had to come up to me recently and say, like, there's people that are at where we play who just like are refusing to play with Ben from now on because they don't like that he just tries to body shot everybody all the time and they think it's very dangerous. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I can understand why they were doing that.
Shocker. My wife, my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about getting hit when he plays either, but we know his game, and so we can kind of figure it out. But it's a risk. So that's not a shocker at all.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So I guess we're giving Zane a winner on that one for doing it in a pro match, and I like that he did it on match point, which I think was pretty badass.
Yeah, I like it. And
hit him right in the nutsack, which is hilarious.
Oh, that's you get an extra 2 points for that. And the fact that it's called the Nasty Nelson, I mean, it just sounds, it sounds filthy. So I like the description. Yeah.
All right, but that's it for my winners and losers. You got any other ones?
No, I can't think. Rafa Hewitt got off my shit list.
Yep.
So again,
that's a big one, big change.
Yeah, because man, when we saw him in Mesa, he's a big boy and he'd pound me into the ground, but I wanted to punch him in the face at that MLP tournament.
MLP.
Yeah,
he kept jumping on the court, just yelling.
Yeah, he wasn't even playing, and he was out there more than it was. So he was enemy number one at the time. But when I saw him get beat, he was very gracious. And again, when you get beat, I think it was 11-2, 11-2. What more are you going to do? But, some guys just barely touch it. The guy was nice when he went up to Dylan and JW. So anyway, so he's a winner. He moved up my list, but, that can change rapidly.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. I don't know. Any last points or anything like that you want to touch on?
No, I can't think of. You mean about the Beer City or just in general?
Go for it. Or anything in length before we close out here.
Let me see. Let me check here. Make sure you covered all my.
Oh, yeah, get those glasses on.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Hurricane again. I got to go back to Hurricane. Best nickname in sports, and I'm guessing it's a
What?
nick. You don't think that that's
What?
on her birth certificate?
I don't think so, but I don't know for sure. I want to say no. I know that
Yeah.
her sister is Tornado and she is Hurricane, but I doubt, but maybe it's a middle name. I have no idea. I'll have to look it up. I'll
No.
find out for you.
Yeah, because
And then one day
segue.
we're going to go through top ones, top nicknames in sports. I think that's
Nicknames.
a great
Yeah.
a great
See,
segment. We'll have to go through that at some point.
because I want to know if it's on the birth certificate. Because when they tried to get me to sign a birth certificate, when a mother put down 24 names, 24, I said, no, that's irresponsible. I'm not doing it. I won't sign the birth certificate. And so then they took it back, and then found the legal ruling, and they they made me sign the birth certificate with 24 names. Had
That's too
24
many
names,
names.
Brad. Yeah, that's too many. You think? Okay, yeah. So anyway, so I wonder if Hurricane's on her birth certificate. But anyway, next week I'm going to
All right,
bring up.
real quick. Tyra
Okay,
Hurricane Black is her legal name. Hurricane is her middle name.
I told you I would sign that birth certificate. Hell yes,
He's her
I'd want my name on there.
her dad was so confident that she was going to be a star that he was like, "Yeah, I'm giving her the middle name
Huh?
Hurricane."
Huh? You listen to the
That's some,
doc. Yeah.
yeah, that's good. That is some confidence. I love it.
Yeah.
Confidence, baby,
Oh
confidence.
man, she just moved. You can't move up much higher than we have her already. We don't. Yeah, we don't want to get ahead of our skis here on her. It's gonna. Let's see. Let's see how she does in the MLP this year. But yeah, she's a favorite. And next week I'm gonna come back. I'm big into numbers. You know that, right? My
Yeah,
father
of
was
course.
like a Rain Man, and so I'm Rain Man Junior
Yeah.
with numbers. And so we're going to go over some age surprises, or maybe not surprises, but we're going to go over the ages of some of the budding superstars and the top 50 players on the men's and women's side, and see what we
Okay.
think. See if it's a
All right.
young woman's game, or is it for the seasoned veteran? We're going to find out.
All right. I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
All
And
right.
then we'll obviously talk Seattle PPA. There'll be some excitement, I'm sure, coming out of there. And I don't know. With that, uh, I'm Brad. That's Doc. And thanks for watching and listening to the Pickleball Jones.
See,
Peace.
see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.